Hello, this is Lori.
Lori from the Morgan County Public Library with Beginners Yoga. Thanks for coming today. Um, Remember to wear comfortable clothes. And when you're doing the poses, if they hurt, stop or slow down or just go back a little bit. So if you're stretching down this far and that hurts, then just go back up a little bit. You know, it's just kind of common sense, but some people are very competitive, including me. I want to do it just the way it looks in the picture, but you can't always do that. Everybody's body is different. So don't force anything. You can use props to help you. You can use pillows and blankets, um, yoga blocks. You can use those things to help you. So if you need it, don't hesitate. Use it. Um, then the other thing is that we do a lot of breathing. And when we're breathing, we're doing this. We're breathing through our nose. We're filling up our lungs. Our belly should pooch out a little bit because the diaphragm is pressing down when the lungs get full. And that's when you know you've got a full set of air in your lungs. Then you would let it out really slowly. And what I like to do is, you take your deep breath and then you wait a second or two and then you let it out. Then you wait a second or two before you take your next inhale. So let's get started. So we're going to sit in our easy chair or easy yoga seat with your legs crossed. You can have them like this if that's easier for you. I like to do this because I want my legs down as much as possible. You want to have a long back, long in your back. So you want it to be straight, no hunching over like this. Be straight. You want your shoulders down. So if they're hunched up like that or they're stressed, you want to bring them down. So today, while we're doing our introduction, let's sit in this pose for 3 to 5 breaths and think about how we are showing up for our body, and that is the best thing we can do, and give ourselves a little pat on the back for that. And so also, where you put your hands is up to wherever is most comfortable for you. I change it around all the time, and that's okay. So let us begin. All right. I've been a little bit stressed this week, so I'm acting a little different. That's probably why and I need to chill out, and yoga is a good way to do that. It's good to exercise your body. It's also good to try to do things that relieve stress, and yoga does relieve stress. So now the first pose we're going to do is mountain. I'll have to push this back. So you're going to stand about hip width apart, your feet about hip width apart, and you're going to have your back straight and your head is even and resting comfortably between your two shoulders. You're in a straight line. Your shoulders are down, your arms are down, and your legs are not like super stiff. They're a little bit bent at the knee. You don't want to have rigid knees. And so we are a mountain now, folks. Let's be a mountain. Okay, so we're going to do a bunch of poses, but if you ever feel like this is too much, I can't do this pose this week, you can always go back to mountain and just stand there and wait for the next set, the next pose. So what I want you to do is get down on your hands and knees, and I want your hands to be directly underneath your shoulders, all right? And your knees right underneath your hips. And what we're going to do is we're going to curl our toes in and straighten up. And then this is downward facing dog. This is a very good pose for stress relief. It's an inverted pose. So you're looking within. In this pose, you're looking within. Now I have my feet all the way down on the floor, but if you have to put your feet up, you're in the way, Penelope. Thank you. That's okay. Or you can step back, maybe makes it easier, or step up, maybe that makes it easier. But basically, you're a V. You're a V. And, spring has come and we've moved forward. And so it's still before, when I was doing these birds, the sun would already be gone down and it wouldn't be this blaze in the window. So I'm sorry about that. I can't help that. So doing downward facing dog is very good if you need to calm down. It's an introspective pose. You just think and be there. It's very good. And now we're going to do another. So back up on our feet with our, and we're going to take a wide stance with this foot, the right foot facing the wall, and this other foot sideways. That's our stopper, right? And how far you want to do this, how wide you want your legs is up to you. Whatever's easiest. If it hurts too much, then you don't have to go down so far. But and then you're going to bend your knee, and we're going to face forward or face right, I should say. And we're going to pull our hands up. And this is warrior one.
Let my key out. Normally she wants in, so I just let her stay in. Of course, then she wants out because cats are like that. Okay, so now we're going to turn around and do the opposite. So get your legs set wide apart, the foot facing directly to the left, and this one sideways, it's your stopper to keep you firm in this pose. And then you're going to bend your knee and keep your hips turned to the left and raise your arms. And take a second there. And then we're going to do warrior two. So pushing back. I can't put my mat back any further. All right. But you can't see my head very well. Sorry. Looking down. If I put it up, then you really can't see my feet, and you really need to see my feet. So that's going to be the way it is. So you're going to take the wide stance as you did before. So this leg, the right leg, the foot is pointing towards the right. The left leg has your stopper with your foot like that. Right? It's not out like this. In your stopper, and then you bend this knee. Now, instead of keeping this way, we're going to turn our hips to the front. Okay. And then we put our arms up, level, shoulder in, shoulder high, and then gaze at your right knee. If it bothers your neck, you can gaze forwards, but gazing over your hand is the normal way to do it. This is putting strength in your legs and helping you with balance, which is very important. Now, turn to the other direction. This foot is facing left, that foot is facing forward. Right? Make sure you're stable. Turn your hips to the front. Your arms out. Shoulder down. Gaze over your left. Okay, now we're going to do triangle. So you're going to have your legs wide apart. And you're going to turn, you're going to go down, 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 and, oh, you keep your arm up, sorry. Go down. And if you can't go all the way down like what I do is I bend my knee, and this is how I do it. Okay, and now the other side. Keep your chest broad, facing out. Don't collapse your chest. Your arms are in a straight line. Alright. These poses will help you with strengthening your legs and keeping your balance. But now we're going to do tree, which is a lot about balance. So standing mountain and put your right leg on your left knee to the side. And then you can keep your hands at the heart center, or you can put them above you. If you put them above you, that kind of helps you with your stability. It's somehow easier, even though it doesn't look easier. So however you want your hands. This exercise strengthens your core. I can't talk and do it at the same time like this. Now when I'm interrupted it, I don't know if I can do it again. Oh, I guess not. I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall. Hey, y'all see me fall. Now we're gonna do it on the other side. All right. So we should do that. You should do that a couple of times a week if you can, if you need to work on your stability, your balance. So okay, so now we're going to do chairs. So I'm going to turn sideways. And just like you're sitting in a chair, go back. And then put your arms up. This is another great core stabilizer. Strengthens your core. Strengthens your back, your legs. When I talk, it kind of messes me up, but that's okay. Get back on the floor. How are we on time? Ooh, let's do plank. So you're going to be on your hands and knees like you were doing downward facing dog. But and you want to make sure you cup your hands a little bit so that you are stable, and it takes the pressure off your wrists. And then straighten your knees, and you're in plank. Plank works your whole body. And then when that becomes easy, you can try to get down on your elbows instead of just your hands and do plank that way. That's when you get better at the original plank and it doesn't seem like a challenge. Then you go down to your elbows. So now we're going to turn around and get your hands underneath your shoulders and take your legs and put them on the floor, holding your body up. And this is the opposite side of plank. Breathe. Upward plank. This puts strength in your arms and your shoulders. It strengthens your core, stretches your legs. You want to keep your feet as much as you can on the ground. Your whole foot, that is. All right. And now we're going to do bridge. So get down on the floor. And have your knees bent. And then lift your hips up off the floor. Your hands are beside you, laying beside you. This is bridge. This is good for your lower back. Right. And then we're going to do one of my favorites, and that's seated forward bend. So you're in your chair pose or staff pose, but on the floor with your legs on the floor, and keeping your toes up. You want to bend from the hips forward as far as you can without scrunching your back over. You try to keep your back straight. And when you've gone as far as you can go, then just hold it there. And keep on. Yes. Now, if you see the card, I'll show you the card. Seated forward bend. See that? There.
See how she's got her head on her knees? Never done that. It won't happen. Well, I'll keep trying. But it seems like my body just is not built to do that. Okay. So now, get on your mat and sit back on your feet like I am. Then you're going to fold forward. And see, I can fold like this forward. And you can have your arms either alongside you or you can put them up here. That stretches out your shoulders, which is what I like. This is child's pose. It's a restorative pose. And that feels so nice. I could stay there for a while. I think if you're having stress, that's another yoga pose that will help you. It stretches out your ankles, stretches your legs. It does a lot. And then the last pose that we're going to do is the corpse pose. So we're going to lay down. I don't know if you can see me. Hope you listen to me. And your legs will fall out. Your feet will fall out. Let them. Your arms are alongside your body. And your head is looking straight ahead, but on the ground. And this is another restorative pose. Good for your back. Just breathe. I could do that for a long time too. But we're going to have to end for today. I want to tell you that we do have stuff at the Morgan County Public Library. Yoga books, other books on exercise, stretching, what have you. And we also have DVDs. So I encourage you to look at the catalog, and if you see something, put it on hold for yourself. Check out our resources. And I will see you next week, hopefully. You have a great week.